Hello everybody, welcome to another video, a brand new day. It is January 1st and a brand new year and a brand new month. It is officially 2022, January 1st, 2022. I wanted to do a rather quick video on something that just happened. As the new year began, a new mayor of New York City has now been sworn in. Eric Adams, minutes after midnight, was sworn in as the 110th mayor of New York City, obviously succeeding Bill de Blasio, former as the 109th mayor of New York City. Eric Adams will now be the mayor of New York starting January 1st, 2022. I think, and I wanted to do a quick analysis on this election that happened in New York City. We see a shift in New York City, similar to a shift that we saw after David Dinkins lost his mayoral race in the 1990s, and Rudy Giuliani replaced him, and then Michael Bloomberg replaced Giuliani as a Republican, and then eventually became a Democrat. Now, Eric Adams is not a Republican. Let's make that clear. However, he is definitely much more of a moderate Democrat when it comes to crime, when it comes to even certain COVID policies. Eric Adams has expressed certain dissatisfaction with how Bill de Blasio has handled things, how the city has been going. And he was the most moderate of all of the Democrats in the New York primary, even Andrew Yang. You can all the way go back to all that. Maya Wiley, definitely more moderate than her. Catherine Garcia, you can start at the beginning. Eric Adams ran on that mandate. He ran on a mandate of being hard on crime, bringing back especially safety to the streets of New York, fixing the homelessness problem. And similar of a Rudy Giuliani-esque campaign that he had in the 1990s. So similar to him, and that's why I, did that parallel earlier in the video, talking about how he had a similar transition and similar parallels to that election of Giuliani to Eric Adams' election in the Democrat primary. Now, for future New York, I don't really think a Republican has a significant shot at winning the mayoral race in New York City, indefinitely going forward in there. Simply because of the dominance of the Democrat Party there. It would have to be a very, very strange election. But what I do see is there being these infights in the Democrats among those super moderate people, more moderate to conservative Democrats, and those hardline progressive liberal Democrats like Bill de Blasio, like Maya Wiley. And then you have Eric Adams, Andrew Yang, those kind of infights inside of the party, inside of that as being really where the campaign would be at in New York mayoral races. So yes, Eric Adams. I think it symbolizes a shift in the country. I think the country, as we all know, we are in 2022. We are heading into a red wave election year. The country is shifting to the right, at least for this election year. This is just historical precedent. This is what happens. And I guess Eric Adams' inauguration kind of symbolizes that in a way. So Eric Adams will become, and now is, the 110th mayor of New York City. I certainly am excited to see what he has to offer. I actually was just in New York City yesterday, I guess, officially, December 31st. I was there for a few days, so at the end of the de Blasio administration. I certainly am excited to see. Now, I actually don't live in New York. I live a little bit down the East Coast. But yes, I'm certainly excited to see what Eric Adams has to do. And I do think that you could see a significant moderation of the policy in New York City and how certain policies have been handled. Now, he says he'll keep certain COVID policies in place that Bill de Blasio mandated, obviously for private businesses, but I think you could see a significant transition. Possibly COVID policy, but other COVID policies, simply because of the mandate that Eric Adams was elected on and what he said over the campaign. So that's really all I have for you. Please tell me what you think of this video. I certainly think he could be a possible contender in 2024 for the presidency if he wanted it, if Joe Biden decides not to run. Adams, I think he has a significant lane in the Democrat Party to win there and, frankly, win the election. If he simply wants to go out and grab that, he is in a very, very good position in my mind. Small name previously, now going to be, and now is, the mayor of New York City. And he definitely will build up the name recognition over the next 2 years-ish, 3 years actually-ish. And I think that, if he wants to, he could run in 2024. However, maybe he'd want to finish out his mayor term and, run later on 2028 or not run at all. But I do think he's a good candidate for the Democrats. It doesn't really seem like they have the best people on the bench at the moment. If Biden decides not to run, Kamala Harris, as we all know, very low in her approval rating. Pete Buttigieg, at the best, really, the Democrats have at the moment to offer. And other people like Sanders, like Warren, I don't really think would do well in a general election. Eric Adams, I think, could help fill that slot for the Democrats, and win in 2024 if Biden decides not to run. But yes, that is, I guess, a fever dream of mine. Although I'm not an ardent supporter of Eric Adams, but simply my evaluation of the Democrats and how I think that they could shift their policy into a future. But anyway, thank you guys all for watching this video. I really appreciate everyone who's subscribed to the channel over the last year. I am excited to cover the midterm elections with you all as we head into 2022. Now we are essentially 10 months, or I guess 11 months away from the midterm election. So less than a year, 11 months to go until November of 2022. We are in the election season. And especially as we head into the summer, you'll even see that more begin to lay out. So I hope you guys will be with me this year. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy everything that we've been putting out. I probably this year will be diving a lot more into the specifics of the 2022 elections, less of the general election, predictions, simply because we're no longer on the off-year election. We are now on an election year. So you will definitely see more Senate, House, governorship, and local election race evaluations. And I seriously hope you guys enjoy that, because I'm certainly excited to start this year off fresh. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoy, and comment below your thoughts on Eric Adams becoming the next mayor, and if you think that he has a shot, or if he would be a good contender for the Democrats to nominate in 2024. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to have an awesome day.